Scoring 20 points in the first quarter and 46 overall in the Cavs win. In Game 1, the Pacers blew out Cleveland behind Victor Oladipo's 32 points, and Game 3 is Friday in Indiana. We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Jim Jackson. Welcome, Jim.
What's
Good
up?
morning.
Good morning. What's up?
Jim, which team has the momentum now?
You know, it's a weird series to me. I think Cleveland needed to win the game, of course, to go on the road to Indiana. Indiana's going to be crazy. I mean, Indiana basketball. I don't know if it's so much about momentum because Cleveland, in order to get out of this series, they're going to struggle. I mean, they're going to struggle with this Indiana team because they do so many things well. Cleveland, their arsenal of weapons are not the same that we've seen in the past. The way LeBron played was just phenomenal. But despite all of that, Indiana still had a chance late in that fourth quarter if they could have made some key decisions. But give Cleveland credit on the defensive end for getting stops when they needed to.
Right.
LeBron got to the free throw line.
Right.
I know you probably were wishing something different on that when he got to the free throw line, but he made his free throws.
I was fine. He gave me 8 points.
He gave you 8? Oh, so you went for the points.
Good. LeBron can swish all he wants to swish. I'm
No.
good. He can't catch me.
I didn't want him to miss one and have to give you due.
But I just think it's one of those series that it's going to be a struggle. I mean, because Cleveland, they're trying to figure out these parts. And Ty Lue said he needs our guys to play better.
Right.
But when you look at what Jose Calderon, Rodney Hood, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, and Jeff Green have 7 for 17. What do you expect in regards to what do you want them to do? They have to shoot the ball better, of course. But I'll tell you what, missing Kyrie, you don't have another playmaker. And forget about if he's making shots.
Right.
Just to be able to break down the defense, break you down, force the defense to help, garner this attention. The Cavs are who they are at this point. They're just going to have to figure out a way to get some easier baskets, for these guys, especially going into Indiana.
Yep.
I'm going to give a slight edge to Indiana for the simple fact
Really?
they stole home court. And I think the best chance the Cavs have of winning is Game 3. Because I don't believe they can get Game 4 if they don't get Game 3. So I do believe they will win Game 3. And we know LeBron has no problem going on the road. Your home, your building, no matter what, getting a win. Because prior to last year when the Warriors snapped that streak, 27 consecutive series, he's gotten at least one road win. Nobody can say that.
There you go.
We won't ever see that again, Skip.
Now, you can't say that.
You will never see it again.
How could you say that?
Ever. You actually
That's a long time, man.
You actually think somebody gonna win one road playoff game over the next 24? Stop it, Skip.
Maybe it's Donovan Mitchell. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Well, did you see, he got his last night, didn't he?
And to echo a lot of Jack's sentiment, think about what LeBron did. Think about how spectacular he was. He shot 70% from the floor. He had 12 rebounds with 5 assists, and Victor Oladipo with less than 30 seconds missed a wide open three to tie the game.
Yep.
So even with that Herculean effort, they can't run off and hide from a team. He's going to need these guys to do better. Don't need 20 points a night. Kevin Love would help because Kevin Love, I know, can get 20 because I've seen him get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Skip, they need more. You know they can't win with these kind of performance from their role players.
I'm going to disagree, ironically, with both of you. I thought it was huge what the King did in the first quarter. I think the psychological edge now belongs to the King's team because of what the King did to the Pacers, albeit with Oladipo in foul trouble, bam, bam, to the bench. Didn't play 11 minutes in the first quarter. But what LeBron did in the first quarter last night was spectacular. It was a statement to the Pacers that you just can't guard me because they can't. Now, they single guarded him, and mostly it was Bogdanovich. So, again, it's Nate McMillan, who really knows how to coach in this league, saying, I'm going to put just an average defender on you and only a single defender. And if you can get yours, go ahead and get them.
Right.
You can have all you want. If you want 60, you can have 60. But I'm going to try to stop the rest of your help. I'm going to make it help less if I can. But it still was a huge statement to me that if I'm Victor Oladipo, I'm thinking today, God, we just can't. We can't deal with that.
No,
when he goes into that mode.
Yeah, well, but we've seen this before. So I'm not surprised. You saw what he did to Boston. You saw what he did in back-to-back games in the finals against the Warriors. So we know he can have 40-plus point games in 12. But they will be better served if LeBron is somewhere around 30, 35.
8 or 9 assists.
Yeah. Because what happens when he gets it going like that, everybody else like, man.
Well, here's the thing. With MJ, when Mike was playing, you pretty much knew that you weren't going to stop Mike.
Right.
I don't care what you did. Even if I'm Nate McMillan, I'm looking at this and saying, okay, LeBron went off. We're going to guard him one-on-one. His complementary players right now are struggling to figure out their offense. Okay, I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to force LeBron to actually have to go out and spend a lot of energy.
He did.
Get 45 to 50 points. But that gives us an opportunity. Again, that shot that Victor Oladipo was open. Victor had night for 18. His 22 points weren't as impactful as his game before.
He didn't actually play that well. He had 6
I know.
turnovers. He didn't have
so those
game.
numbers don't kind of reflect. But if I'm Nate, I'm watching film session. I'm saying, look, guys, if we stay within the game, we got a chance to win at home. We just can't get down 33-14.
Right.
It just can't happen. Right. But at home, we do the little things that we can do. LeBron is going to get his. But Kevin Love, even if you got Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, Jeff Green, we don't know the status of Kevin Love still up in there, but he said he should be fine.
It's his left hand as
Right.
opposed to shooting.
But those other guys are going to have to beat me consistently for the next 5 games.
Okay. What is the oldest playoff cliche in the NBA? Role players play better
On the
at
road.
home.
Oh, no.
So the role players for the Indiana Pacers last night, they were not very good either. That's getting sort of swept under the carpet right now because, remember, Indiana shot 6 for 22 from the three-point line. That's not great. So what if all those Bogdanoviches and Lance Stevenson and the rest, what if they come in and make 3 or 4 threes, which they are all capable of making at home, and you know that building, it explodes.
It'd be crazy.
Especially when it's LeBron. It's going to be ear splitting. I covered some incredible series like Michael Jordan's last run with the Bulls. Remember the Eastern Conference Finals was Reggie Miller and company, and I covered all those games in that building, and it was the older building, but still, it might have been the craziest building I've ever been in. So this will be hard, but I still say at least LeBron just showed him and just said, no, you can't do it. You can't stop me.
You know what surprised me, Skip, is that how many points the Pacers had in the paint.
In the paint. All day long.
They not making anything outside. They got 62
What did
points.
I just tell you? Where is Tristan Thompson? Tristan Thompson can defend in the post. He can.
And they got to
get
get
0.
They got out rebounded by 6, and they don't really have a big rebound. They're not having no big rebounder. Miles Turner he's not a rebounder.
But you know what they do a good job of, though? Because I think with Nate and what they do with their offense, because it's not so much dependent on Victor Oladipo to kind of beat you off the dribble.
Right.
What they do is spread you out. They move it multiple times. And as soon as Cleveland helps a little bit, you got Turner diving down the middle.
Right.
And they're excellent passing the basketball inside. So it was like, even in the first game, giving up that many points in the paint. I said to somebody, I said, look, 98 points. Look, when Cleveland holds a team under 100, they're 17-4. But I said, 98 points, it was how they got those 98 points. Okay, but layups, second shots, easy inside. So especially in a close game, when you're giving up those kind of layups, that's when it comes back to haunt you. And I think this Indiana team has a little success here to say, we're going to keep pound, and force Cleveland to suck in, and then we're going to be able to get some shots, not vice versa. Because if they can use it at the beginning of the game to get some momentum, the other thing you pick up, Shannon, too, you pick up some early fouls.
Right.
By doing that as well. And you put Cleveland back on their heels. So it's going to be a very interesting game planning schematically from Nate McMillan. What we see the first 5 minutes of the game. One, how they choose to defend LeBron if they're going to stay consistent. But 2, offensively, how they're going to attack him.
But my guy just showed you.
He did.
If I wanted to.
He did.
Because there's
agree.
a lot of people talking about assassin's mentality.
Yeah.
But I just want you to know. But if I wanted to.
Who's a lot of people?
A lot of people. Okay, I know one person
Thank you.
that has on a
Just say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
With black?
Yeah.
Black.
I know a guy named Skip Bayless.
Okay.
Who talked, Michael Jordan would have done this. He just had that assassin mentality.
Did he not?
He said, you
Did
know
he
what?
Not?
If
Did
I
he not?
You did.
Thank you.
But Michael Jordan was never asked
You're
to
preaching,
do what LeBron
you're
does.
preaching to my choir over here. I told you LeBron reasserted himself. I got Cavs winning Game 3. You want me to bet on Game 3? I like your team in Game 3.
But
I do.
But Jordan never had to carry the load like this where he had to rebound. He had Dennis Rodman.
He did.
to rebound. He also had Scottie Pippen, who was going to assist the ball. He was the point forward. So all Jordan had to do was just go get his 30 or 40.
Okay, which was better, this Indiana team or Reggie Miller's Indiana team with Mark Jackson and Chris Paul? Do you remember that team?
Trust me, I had to go. Yeah.
It was a different. See, Skip, you equate good with physicality. You can do those Knicks with Xavier McDaniel and Anthony Mason scored 62 points. Really?
Joy, what was that for?
Hey, we're up against the break. Keep getting to it.
No, we ain't up against no break. Keep on talking, Jack.
Jim is sticking around. Maybe we'll get to it later, but Skip has to take a flight.
I do.
Leaving
Time
us,
out, Skip.
he has to go to Vanderbilt.
I'm going to Vanderbilt. I'm speaking tonight and tomorrow, and I will predict that when I mention the name of my debate partner, Shannon Sharp, at Vanderbilt, you will get booed
They go
because you
cheer.
have ridiculed
No,
Vanderbilt
I love
sports.
Vandy.
Yes, you have.
Great school.
Yeah.
Great school. Education.
Yeah,
You ain't said that about the
Talk
sports
his way back.
program.
Yeah, the education bad. Top-notch education. I heard the medical program is off the chart. Yeah.
You're not trying to get anybody in there, are you?
Oh, good school.
When the Pelicans go up 3-0 tonight, we'll discuss that next. Have a good trip, Skip.
Thanks.